What is up, guys? Welcome back to the GOPROist. Today we are carving a pumpkin. Yes, happy Halloween. As you can see here, I've got my pencil. I had my pencils out and I was drawing, and now I have a little screwdriver and I'm actually marking into the pumpkin. I'm gonna be drawing my logo. The one that I've had for a while now, the new one. As you can see it on my phone there, I'm using my phone. No template. I decided to not. The only thing I'm using are these coins here. I've got a penny, a quarter, and a peso, because I couldn't find anything bigger than a quarter, unless I had a $50 or something, but I didn't find one. I found a peso first. So yeah, peso. And right here you can see I'm using a Dremel actually with the little like circular tipped tool to actually carve out just the skin of the pumpkin, leaving the soft flesh on the inside. Just barely taking a little bit off, because the light that you guys will see later will shine through, but will be stopped by the skin, but it shines pretty good through the rest of the flesh. So I'm just kind of working out, cutting out the GoPro in the center of my logo there. I ended up messing up on the letters, so I ended up digging them down in instead of embossing them, because I forgot to include the and ist at the end and beginning of GoPro. So as you can see here, I'm working out the actual oval in the center of my logo. Now I've actually already traced all of the coins. Right now I'm just cutting them out with the Dremel and then scraping them to make them look nice and clean. And then again with the ones on the top, just dremeling them out, and then using that little scraper device you see laying on the counter there to scrape them out. Now I'm working on the two swishes. I've already got everything pretty much drawn. You can't really see it from the camera, but I'm just working very slowly with this Dremel. My hand got very tired by the end of the day. I had to keep switching my grip several times, and you probably saw there I had to put my glasses on because I was looking at it real close, and a little piece of pumpkin kept hitting me in the eye. You can see on the table there's like pumpkin dust. It smelled pretty good, but I didn't want to try to taste it because it was just the skin, and I bet you it probably tasted terrible. So we're just continuing here, carving away in the spirit of Halloween. I knew I wanted to carve a pumpkin, and my logo was probably the best bet. The hardest thing was probably just how painstakingly long it took if you wanted to get like straight lines and stuff, because the pumpkin was like ridged. So that was probably one of the harder parts, but otherwise I would say it went pretty good. It went smoothly, besides the fact that I messed up on the writing. If I could do it again, I probably would use a template and then do better with the letters, but oh well. Right now I'm scooping out the insides of the pumpkin. If you guys have ever carved a pumpkin, you know how that is. It takes forever to get the inside guts out, and you gotta scrape the walls and everything and get all that out of there. And some people say that's the best job, some people say it's not the best. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion either way. I think the best part is carving it, obviously. But so here's how it looks. After it's all done, we'll turn some of the lights off, and then we'll turn the rest of the lights off here. And then I've got my phone. I'll just be using my phone light to see how that looks. And you kind of see it shining through there, so I'm going to have to turn off more lights. I'm going to have to make it go completely dark. One more light. Come on. There you go. You can kind of see the letters there, but it's not very bright, so I noticed that I really needed a brighter light to shine and illuminate the whole logo, because it was just doing the spot, and obviously I wasn't going to leave my phone inside the pumpkin at all times, and a candle was not going to do anything. So I decided that first I was going to dig out some more of the pumpkin. So I took some old piece of plastic that worked better than that giant spoon, and I just kept scraping on the inside along the side where the logo actually was, to thin the wall out. And then I found this flashlight here, which is much brighter than my phone, and put it on the inside, and it's still pretty good, but it only shows one spot. and it doesn't flood the whole pumpkin. So as you can see all the little pieces, and the light shines through completely, and you can see the letters because they're actually just dug down in. I just took the Dremel and dug really deep into the flesh of the pumpkin. But as you can see here, if I shine the light straight down, you can see me turning it on and off. It barely lights up anything. You can see my hand up at the top, and that's just about it. So I needed to find a way that I could light up the pumpkin very bright, but not just in one spot. So as you can see here, that flashlight's not gonna do. But this puppy, that's what's gonna get us some light inside that pumpkin. As you can see here, I turn it on and it's so bright. You can't really see it as well from the video, but look at the flashlight. It doesn't even want to turn on all the time. It just lights up a small area, but when I turn on the big 100-watt work light, it completely brightens the whole room. I could light the whole workbench with this light. So I noticed that it fit perfectly into the hole, and look at that. That is amazing. It shines through. In the dark, you can even kind of see through the skin. It's so bright, but I guess beggars can't be choosers, right? Look at that. You can see my complete logo. The oval isn't so great because that was probably the hardest part to draw on there, making a nice rounded oval. I can kind of see a mess up there. I think I did some more small adjustments later on, but just looking at it now, I really like it, and I'm glad that I spent the time to do this because it was a fun project. But I'm not gonna have that light sticking out the top, so I cut a hole in the bottom just big enough for the handle of the light to go through, and found something to sit the pumpkin on, which I found this old little like inner tube tire looking thing, and the light sticks down through the bottom of the pumpkin, and the pumpkin rests on this inner tube thing, and then I can turn the lights off in the room and then turn the pumpkin on. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at the pumpkin glow. You can kind of see the writing here. It's a little hard to see, but there you go. Look at that. I open up the top of the pumpkin, and the light is just sitting there, and it actually got really hot too. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya later.